Welcome to Spartan TV. I'm your co-host Gabby.
Hi everyone, I'm Kalia and we hope you enjoyed your long break.
It's the spring season and it's time to talk about some upcoming events.
Our very own Spartans have been working on Mamma Mia for the past few months and it's finally coming together April 6th, 7th, and 8th.
We were able to interview some of our stars of Mamma Mia and get their input.
After years without a play due to COVID, the Miami Country Day School cast has a lot to live up to for this year's production of Mamma Mia, but if anybody can do it, it's our Spartans. We asked the leads in the upcoming play to talk a little bit about their experience.
I'm Nina Lardy.
I am Mikey Port.
I'm Isabella Tangioni.
I play Donna Sheridan.
I play Sam Carmichael.
I'm Sophie Sheridan.
I've been in the theater program at Country Day since the 8th grade, so about 5 years.
I really like the community that's built in the theater program. I get to make a lot of friends. It's also really fun to have the experience of, being in a musical.
I've been in every production and I've enjoyed every moment of it, so I had to do it for my senior year, of course.
We do such fun productions, and I just think it's a great time.
What is the hardest part about being in production?
I would say time management. Sometimes it's really difficult to carve out that time to memorize your lines.
Remembering all the lines.
Right now is trying to manage my honors classes with the play.
Dances, because Mamma Mia especially is such a dance-heavy show. It's a lot of different choreography, and sometimes it's hard to remember.
We spoke to Ms. Pla, the acting teacher and director.
Hello, my name is Christina Marie Pla Guzman, and I am the upper school theater teacher here at Miami Country Day School, and I am directing Mamma Mia. I've been trying to get this show on our campus for the last 3 years, and so I'm really excited to finally have gotten the rights, and this summer we were given the rights and immediately I signed up for them. I've been dying to do this show for a really long time because it's a feel-good musical and I think it's going to be perfect for our school. The hardest number, in my opinion, is every number. It's going to be so much fun, but it's also really, really difficult because a lot of the music is music that the audience knows. Like, everyone can sing along to a lot of the music in the show.
What are your hopes for this production?
That everybody comes. As much fun as we can possibly have, that is the goal.
I'm so excited to see all their hard work. Aren't you in the play?
Yeah, I am. Come show your support at the beginning of April.
You know what else I'm excited to watch this spring? Sports. There's so many awesome games to come watch. I wonder how they do it all.
I was actually able to get a word in with these athletes and get a glimpse into how they balance their time. The life of a student athlete at Miami Country Day School. Being a student athlete is fun, but also can be challenging. It's hard to balance sports with schoolwork. Keep watching to see how they're able to manage their time. What is it like being a Miami Country Day School student athlete?
It's fun. It really is. It gives me something to do after school, and I get to meet new people that I wouldn't have really talked to otherwise.
It can be a lot of fun, but it can also be really challenging when I have to balance my student work life with all the sports that I play back there.
How do you balance sports in school?
It's all about time management. Really, I have to know if I have certain things to do at a certain time, I have to be able to do it during my free period if I know I'm not going to have time after school to do it.
Making sure all my homework is done for the next day, usually after practice, that all my teachers know when I'm missing a game, and just keeping communication.
What is some advice you have for other student athletes struggling to keep up with their schoolwork?
Make sure you go contact your teachers if you're taking a test or you're going to turn in a homework assignment.
Try and schedule your days, try and set times of where you think you're going to be able to do work.
This is Gabby,
Tiana,
and Michaela, reporting for Spartan TV.
On top of school and sports, these athletes have to worry about their health with COVID.
Let's see how our very own Spartan basketball team had to deal with COVID in the past year.
Hi everybody, I'm Kalia.
And I'm Evan, and welcome to Spartan TV.
Because COVID rates have been up and down, student-athlete seasons have been an absolute roller coaster.
From quarantining to being exposed to masks on and off the court,
COVID has been a pain for student athletes all over the world.
The instability COVID has caused has put the potential future careers of all high school athletes at risk. We are here to find out how lives are changing and how these changes have cost our athletes.
Pressure is at an all-time high, and we're here to find out how athletes truly feel.
We were able to interview Coach Okio Swaby along with his player Aisha Keita, and we asked them how COVID affected them the most last season.
Trying to always talk to the kids about being safe and doing all the things necessary to not having a positive test. It was too time consuming. It was just annoying, to be perfectly honest with you.
And it would be like hard to breathe and your mask would get all sweaty. It was like really just disgusting. So it was like a really hard transition from going like how we used to practice into like practicing with masks like in the beginning of COVID.
When asked about their least favorite COVID regulation, they definitely had different things to say.
Definitely having to play with masks in a game because it's like impossible to breathe, but you definitely weren't allowed to take it off.
The most unreasonable was the 10-day quarantine period if you're just exposed. That's even if you had on a mask. You're just in a room, you have to sit out 10 days. That makes no sense.
We wanted to know what their worst experience was last year when COVID was at its peak.
We had a lot of one-day trips because we weren't allowed to stay anywhere overnight with like the mandates. Really exhausting and really tiring, and it really sucked.
Us, playing the game at States and finding out a day or two later that the official that officiated the game was positive. The state had us go through all this stuff when everyone had to be tested and come back negative in order to move forward. So how close is the ref to the players? Not close at all.
And some final thoughts from Coach O.
That was stupid.
Speaking of COVID, it's travel season and COVID rates are spiking.
Traveling is fun and all, but safety and health should be a top priority.
In the past 2 weeks of break, people have traveled with their friends and family.
For our extern week, some of our Spartans traveled out of the country and some stayed local.
Whether they were a few miles away or 1,000 miles away, all of them had a great time.
What's your name?
Lenny Zanotti.
Have you recently traveled during COVID outside of the country?
Yes, I went to France.
What restrictions were there in France because of COVID?
I had to wear a mask, and I couldn't go to some places like restaurants and other public areas, and I couldn't see some of my family because I had to travel across the country in a train.
How did COVID affect everything in the airport, especially as you were traveling overseas?
I had to wear a mask, and there was everyone sanitizing the places, and I had to social distance.
On a brighter note, this spring season, we have many events coming, so make sure you come out and show your Spartan spirit.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Kalia.
And thanks for tuning in to Spartan TV.